Hey, Eagles fans, I'm John Vittas, and we're very excited to introduce our coaches interview series that we got going on during quarantine, trying to get you familiar with the new Eagles student athletes who'll be suiting up in the 2020-2021 school year, and we're really excited to see you all back on campus at FGCU as soon as we can do it safely. We're going to start our coaches series today with the women's soccer coach, Jim Blankenship. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, you're coming off a nice season, 11-4-2, and you're going to have to replace a lot of really talented student athletes. You had a bunch of seniors on that team that accomplished quite a bit. But for folks who aren't familiar with the restrictions right now, with not being able to use the facilities, what are some of the biggest challenges for you as a coach to work on improving the talent from the spring to the fall?
Well, it's an odd time. It's something that, very unfortunate that we're all going through. And with that comes some learning curves and having to deal with this and go through it. We're off to a phenomenal spring. Like you said, we graduated 8 phenomenal players, 5 of which started, so we look at the spring as an opportunity for those guys and it's investment in them and it's their opportunity. And those guys, usually relish that. So the spring, it started off incredibly well. We had our first game against a team from Canada and won 8-0. So we're excited about what was happening and how we were training and the mentality of the group. And then, of course, as everyone knows, everything got shut down.
Now, looking back at last year's team, we said 11-4-2, which is a great record, and you really played well in the conference regular season. But the disappointing finish to Kennesaw State, penalty kicks at home in the semifinals, and I'm sure a lot of the girls were disappointed. And you mentioned all those 8 seniors that accomplished so much. When you look back, obviously you have some time now to look back and reflect. How will you remember last year's senior group compared to all the others you've had?
Love that group and what they brought to the program and their commitment and drive for me and our community and our university. We live under pretty high expectations here, so anything less of a title is disappointing. And I'm sure those guys, will carry that for the rest of their lives. We came up a bit short, but it doesn't overly take away from, that group and what they meant to us and what they did for our program.
So we mentioned some of those seniors. 2 of them, Lindsay Patton and Evie Papadanova, who have plenty of accomplishments on the field, are also finalists for the Kavanaugh Scholar Athlete Award. So there's all kinds of on and off the field accomplishments that they've achieved. Now, when you look to turn the roster over, and obviously you've brought in a couple of transfers from Division I schools and obviously a few freshmen as well, you've done this before. You've been able to achieve sustained success. So when you're going into a season with a lot of playing time available, what are you looking for with the players to try and determine who's going to get that playing time, and what's it going to be like this time around without getting those extended days on the field?
Yes. So let me start with, we're incredibly proud of Evie and Lindsay and the honor they're up for. The one thing I would say with this group that's graduating is something that we take great pride in. And when we talk about their commitment and drive and trying to be the best they can be in all phases of life, that team academically has done something that's never been done in the history, of our school and all the years I've been coaching. We had 3 kids, including those 2 and Opal Corliss, make academic All-American, so to have 3 kids on one team, highlighted and recognized for their achievement in the classroom is something that I'm very proud of, and something that will absolutely separate that group from all the teams that have ever played here. On to the second part of your question is, we're excited about what lies ahead of us. The group took the spring and made some commitments in getting back to what made us special and grind and the fitness and the competitiveness at training. So we're looking forward to it. We have a massive group coming in. We have 14 new players. So the one thing that experience tells me is, competition is exciting and can ultimately bring the individual in our program to an even higher level. So we're counting on some new guys to come in and bring some new blood and energy and excitement to it. But knowing our group, especially from seeing, the snapshot of this spring and what they are capable of. They're not just going to roll over and give up their position or their playing time.
One big position battle you have going into next season is between the pipes. You lose Melissa Weck, who was just an incredible veteran leader for you. Give Eagles fans a snapshot of who the options are in net for the fall.
Yes. So Melissa, literally her legacy has been incredible in what she leaves the program. She came in as a freshman and started every single game. So that leadership and that experience is something that I don't know if you replace, but we've always been blessed with kind of the next lady up, and we have Emily McHugh, a Canadian U20 national team player from Canada that is here and had the opportunity to train in spring, and she has an unbelievable pedigree and history, and we're very, very comfortable and excited about her and what she brings to our program. And now it's her turn. So she's been looking for this opportunity, and she's well trained, and we're excited about what she's going to do for us in the fall.
Now, you do have a few pretty well-known names returning. I think Zoe Spitzer is certainly one of them. But when you talk about who might be the leaders for next year's team, just give Eagles fans some other names that they should know.
Well, we have a lot coming back that we're heavily counting on. Zoe being one. She was an all-conference player and someone that's played pretty much since her freshman year as well, and actually a captain and a leader and someone that we trust and give a lot of responsibility to. Obviously, there's quite a few others. Start with up front. We have Louie and Youngie, who have had incredible springs. Louie's from Sweden and a freshman, and Youngie will be a senior. So we're going to heavily count on those guys up top. We have, Greeky and Brett Linger, who started and played outside mids. We have Cassidy Morgan, who's started since her freshman year and will be a senior, and kind of the engine that makes us go. She's got an incredible work rate, very, very competitive. And if you get the chance to see us play, she's the one that's coming off field and has dirt and grass stains all over her, because she's kind of the battler for us and kind of makes us go. We graduate right down the middle of the field, so we lose the spine of the team, and those are opportunities for a lot of new guys to come in. We also had 2 transfers in the spring that have at least shown in a little bit of time that we were able to train and play that they're going to be pretty successful as well. Leah Scarpa transferred from Penn State our first game this spring. She came in playing off the U.S. National team as a center back. We moved her to attacking mid, and immediately she showed her impact, scoring 2 goals and 2 assists in her first scrimmage this spring. So we're looking forward to those guys. We think we have a lot of talent, and we're just eager to get back at it like everyone else.
Well, head coach Jim Blankenship, thank you so much for the time, the insight. Stay safe. We're happy to see you, and we hope to see your entire team out on the field at FGCU soon.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.